everybody? You're now tuned into T.
And
T. And
uh,
it's your girl, Josie J.
Mike
And we in the
Deezer.
building, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through and supporting, fam. We love y'all so much. Like we always say, we got the most supportive family, and we
Yeah,
appreciate
fam.
y'all. We just want to come with some videos. We know it's been a while since we actually had a video on here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and push a video for you guys. And the thing we want to talk about today is some comments that was made by one of the people from The View, one of the co-hosts from The View, Joy Behar, and also some things that they're trying to do with gun laws and how this could possibly affect us. So let's get into it.
Yeah, basically, Joe Behar said gun roads, gun laws, gun control, all those things will change once black people start owning guns.
Mm.
So what we found out is um, since 2019, 2019, nice key date there for y'all who actually follow us. Nice key year, 2019. Gun sales have been trending upwards to more than all new gun sales, being 58%, almost 60% going to black people. For the last 2 years, more and more black people have been legally buying guns.
That's right.
Now, more and more, we have been seeing mass shootings uh, all over. Now, these mass shootings are not done by, the majority of them are not done by people that look like us. It's normally done by people that look like somebody else.
Right.
Okay? Um, and that's been going on for a while. And gun laws haven't changed forever. But um, the trend that is actually happening is legal gun owners buying guns, which are black people who look like us, is more of alarm to be sounded than the mass shootings that have been going on for the most part.
Yeah, that's
So
right. And
that's what's been happening.
yeah, exactly. So when you hear the phrase gun control,
Mm.
when you hear that phrase, I want y'all to think about that phrase the same way that you thought of the war on drugs. The war on drugs didn't apply to people that didn't look like us. They were still out there doing drugs. There were still meth labs. There was still stuff like that going on, but that didn't target them. The war on drugs targeted African Americans, targeted blacks, targeted minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the people that suffered from that. Those were the people that got the consequences for that. So now this gun law thing, for the most part, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would target the other people that have weapons. It would be targeting us and coming
Mm-hmm.
against us.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to them the fact that we decide to exercise our Second Amendment right. And big shout out to GMJ, of course,
Mm-hmm.
because he is a person, a key factor in the that happening. He's definitely a key factor in
Mm-hmm.
people having knowledge about that, and that's probably a scary thing. You know what I mean? The fact that people actually went out and started doing that, that's a big thing right there. So we definitely are saying that be careful when you hear this thing about gun control and everything, because I honestly think they're just trying to control our guns, not their guns.
Yeah, it says 1967, the Mulford Act was passed in California after the Black Panthers
Exactly.
protested on the steps of the California State House bearing arms. And uh, that was probably the last time. The very next year, it was, let's see, I think that same year, let's see, the Mulford Act, it was part of a wave of laws that were passed in the late 1960s regulating guns, especially to target African Americans, including the Gun Control Act of 1968.
There you
So the
go.
whole idea of a Gun Control Act was initially thought of only because of, excuse me, only because of the Black Panthers.
A mass group of black people
Yeah, there's
deciding
it.
to arm themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So does that sound familiar about 2019? Mass group of people start deciding to arm themselves. Now all of a sudden laws are getting thrown out. Now all of a sudden certain things, and that's the thing about the system. The system can make a law and do whatever they want, and change a
Mm-hmm.
law and do whatever they want to
Mm-hmm.
bend to their will. That's why we
Just
have to
change
have
the whole game.
people to be there for us. That's
Mm-hmm.
how GMJ can get convicted of something that somebody else did the exact same thing and they get no time, and he has not hurt anybody, and he
Yeah.
could possibly get 27 years.
They just changed the whole game. They just keep
Exactly.
changing the whole game. They invite you to the
Mhm.
game of chess. You play chess, start winning. They know that a lot of times in chess you can tell like, oh man, this is a rock in a hard place.
Right.
And then instead of going through it or trying to get out of it, they say, you know what? We're just playing a different game now. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
we're just playing a different game now. And
Exactly.
just change up the whole board, the whole field, and for this one move, it's a whole nother game, and then you go back to
Right.
chess. Like,
Right.
no, that's not no rule book. Nobody can play that game. Nobody can win at that game at all.
Yeah.
And this is the game of life for a lot of us black folks that's here. We saw with Grandmaster Jack. He did everything right.
Yeah.
Uh, he dotted all I's, crossed all T's, and they still did something. If that don't kill your faith, the little bit of faith that you have in the system that we have been invited to play or forced to play, and then it's still changed up. It lets you know a whole lot. It lets you know a whole lot that it's a plan to lose. It's a plan to lose every time.
Yeah.
So,
What I do want to definitely tell our people is that is so true that the cards can be stacked against us. A lot of things can happen, but we still thrive. We still survive. What I would say is that we are not victims. We're going to be victorious. We're going to start speaking those things as well because this cannot last. And
mm,
the system is crumbling. The system is falling. People are getting exposed. Things are happening every day. And to all the people that are blue no matter who, you need to really realize that a lot of these blue no matter who people are putting laws in place that are affecting you for generations at a time. The three strikes you're out rule, gun control, the drug act, the war on drugs, that has affected people for years. There are people that have
mm,
done one thing and ended up doing life in prison. So these people that they push us to continue to vote for, that they kind of have a dedication to and a allegiance to, how are they doing something for you?
mm,
So that's definitely something you want to think about. We just wanted to let you know that when you're hearing this gun control and you're hearing all this other stuff, that this is targeting you know who. Y'all know who that's targeting. That is not targeting them. That's not going after their guns. Because if they did try to go after their guns, oh, they would have a January 6th on their hands for sure. Um, they're not going to let that happen.
mm,
So we know that when they say that, that's why when you look at some of the things that they're even targeting, it still doesn't have anything to do with the other people. Why aren't y'all targeting the mental health? Why aren't y'all targeting other factors that would affect them? They're not. It's pretty much stuff that would affect
All
us.
right. So here's what is actually in the new gun control law
Mhm.
bill that's trying to get passed for the most part. So it's the red flag laws. Red flag laws means basically somebody can call and say that this person is a danger to themselves or somebody else, and they have a firearm, and police can come up and show up at that person's house and try to get that firearm.
Sounds like a Karen to me. That sounds like some stuff Karen would do.
Real quick, somebody say something about you, get an argument.
Now
They
all of a
do
sudden
that.
they can come.
Now police coming in and talking about
Wow.
where's the gun?
Not good.
Where's the gun? And you can see how
That can
in
be.
black and white that can be two different things.
Yeah.
Okay, in
That can
black
be
and white,
skewed.
in real life,
Yeah.
that can be two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that, who gets harmed when police show up?
Mhm.
That can just tell you
Mhm.
that. So yeah.
Who's going to be more likely to shoot the police?
Exactly.
Who is actually going to be more likely to get shot by the police?
Exactly.
In both of those cases.
Yeah.
When it comes to the red flag law. So the red flag law already exists, and a lot of states just have not adopted it because of the reason that we just said.
Right.
The law is already around. A lot of states just haven't adopted.
Mhm.
So what they're going to do, the government, is going to try to make it more um, um, appetizing
Mhm.
to the states. They're going to throw more money. If you enforce the law, we will give you more grant money to enforce the
Mhm.
red flag law. So
Mhm.
that's one thing. Now, mental health. They do have something here about mental health. Let's
Mhm.
read that. Mental health and telehealth investment.
Mhm.
Okay. It says the proposal also includes major investments to increase access to mental health and suicide prevention programs and other support services available in the community,
Mhm.
including crisis and trauma intervention and recovery. Okay, that's a quote. Um,
Yeah, it
okay, it
doesn't
doesn't
say
say
that
too
much.
much. Okay.
Doesn't say
Um,
much about them trying to stop people with
it
mental
says
health, to
members
be
are going to
honest.
be messaging these provisions carefully over the next several weeks. So in a couple of weeks, they'll tell us what they mean by mental health and telehealth
Mm.
investment.
Mm.
That's still an investment. That still means systems still have to be put in place. That means it still have to be drawn up and built up. So even if they do make the investment now, that no benefits going to come from it now. It's
Mhm.
not going to come for months from now, if not years, it even comes, um, if it even comes together.
So
We
red
having an election pretty quick.
so red flag, a person can randomly call on anybody they think. Mental health side, they haven't said nothing about somebody mentally being in danger, like these people that did the Buffalo shootings and have done manifestos and been on the internet. They're not even trying to go after those people. You would think that would be the
Well,
person they would come
dude
pick up.
that wrote the manifesto, he clearly doesn't have a mental health issue.
Exactly.
This is well thought out plans
Yeah,
that he had.
planning. Mhm.
This is that what he did was premeditated.
That's right.
So no mental health issues there. It was
Yeah.
premeditated.
Yeah.
So let's see. Members are going to, so yeah, next couple of weeks, several weeks, they'll be trying to tell us what is in this mental health and telehealth investment.
Right.
Okay, so we all know what that is. They got mental, they got health in there. Y'all said address mental and health. Hey, we got mental, we got health in
That's
there.
all you see.
It's addressed. Uh, check that box. All right. They also talking about closing the so-called boyfriend loophole, which means pretty much if you have a domestic violence case or if you ever get a domestic violence case, then they can say that you are not eligible for your guns anymore. Just to go through that real quick. But currently, only a person who has been married to live with or had a child with a partner they've been convicted of or abusing are blocked from having a gun. So yeah, that's what they're saying. If you have a case of domestic violence, then they're gonna try to stop you from having a gun to protect yourself.
Mm.
Hmm. Let's see. They're saying you can go through the NICS to try to get things cleared up in that particular case. Last thing they said is clarifying the definition of the federally licensed firearm dealer. So they're talking about selling firearms, which they say clearing up the definition, which really means if you have a dealer license to sell guns, you can pretty much sell guns almost everywhere
Mm.
when it's federal. Um, and also just selling guns, period. It goes state to state for the most part. You can almost sell guns anywhere, state to state. Everybody know the places that you really can't get away with that, then they'll definitely be illegal. So, um, that's everything that's in there. Let's see. They got school security resources. Let's see. Lawmakers will do. So they're gonna put money to the side so you can bring in school violence prevention efforts
Mm.
for any type of school prevention effort. So that could be an actual police officer in the school, or that could be a security guard in the school. Um, Probably the school gets a chance to, or the district maybe, they probably vet these people and so on and so forth. So talking about putting police officers in the school to stop something like Uvalde from happening again. They're hoping that a police officer there
We'll actually
will
go in the
actually go
video.
in the building and actually shoot. The last school shooting, it was a police officer. I think he ended up getting jail time because they said that police officer ran during that time when
Mhm.
the shooter came in on a whole nother school shooting probably about a year ago now. And last, let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's what's all in
Yeah.
there. So
That's pretty much the news that we have.
they really didn't change too much. I mean, Democrats are hoping that hey, they're gonna say hey, we bringing good changing laws, we bring this bill in, so on. So we got bipartisan, we got Republicans sign up for it, and you got and you see why Republicans would sign up for it because this hasn't changed anything. This hasn't changed anything. If anything, it's saying put more police in schools. Okay, some people would agree, some people would not. Um, Mental and health. We talked about the mental and health. They're going to tell us what they mean by mental and health in the next couple of weeks. So we have absolutely nothing for mental and health. If you sell guns, you can pretty much still sell guns. You're just going to have to be tighter on your paperwork. Let's see. Um, Domestic violence. They're saying domestic violence. They're gonna take the gun away. So that's one actual change there for the good are better. And some people lie about domestic violence, and some people actually do have domestic violence cases, and they still need to protect themselves against somebody else. So now you can't uh, protect your house because of domestic violence.
Yeah.
You know, um, now if I don't know then they're trying to say domestic violence because you might use the thing on the woman, or the woman might use the weapon on the man. But at that point, if you feel like that, then um, you shouldn't be with that person. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be with that person if you feel like it's quite possibility that he may kill me. The only way he won't kill me is if I don't have a gun in the house. And if you're living like that, then I feel sorry for you. All right. Next thing is red flag laws. Red flag laws is, like we said earlier,
Yeah. So that's pretty
anybody
much.
can say. So that's
Yeah, that's pretty much
that's
everything.
it. So that's why 10 Republicans signed up for it, because uh, nothing is really changing. They're not banning any guns. Let's see. Let's get you. They're not expanding background checks. They're not stopping 18-year-olds from buying guns. You still get the guns at 18. They're not trying to extend it to 21 like alcohol or anything like that. Um, they're not going to ban assault weapons or um, yeah, they're not going to be changing too much
Yeah.
stuff. So that's why 10 Republicans sign on, because it's really a nothing bill. Kind of similar to um, what's the bill that we get?
The Emmett Till
The
bill.
Emmett bill, the Emmett Till bill.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The biggest point that I just wanted to make on there was it pretty much ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, like they say. And if
Mm-hmm.
you do see laws starting to happen, it is not because of mass shootings. It's because of a mass number of our people starting to arm
Mm-hmm.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
something does happen, I can guarantee it'll probably be something to target those things, those people's guns, and not the latter.
Yeah.
So we're here to watch. We're here to see what happens. But we see how justice can be flipped either way to either side, however they want it to.
Yeah, they're gonna
So
say that this is a victory for gun control. We got gun control rights. Vote for us again because we got this thing done. And really, big old nothing burger.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Not even a plant-based burger.
Well,
Not a McDonald's. It's a
I
nothing
would hope
burger.
it be nothing than him actually targeting black people's guns.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens with
That's what
that.
it's looking like.
But be aware that they're noticing. They realize that since 2019 that
Mm-hmm.
black people's gun legally buying guns has
Mm-hmm.
spiked, and that makes them fearful. So if stuff starts to happen, just know. And that's a big thing. Like I don't think people really acknowledge our brother for a lot of
Yeah.
people done seen that
A lot of things
nationally.
happened in
They
2019. A
have
lot of things
seen
happened, family.
what
A
is
lot of
going
things happened in
on.
2019.
That's
That's for
right.
sure.
So yeah, so that's what we wanted to talk about with that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, we would love to
Mm-hmm.
have you as part of the family. Drop your comments below. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about this gun
Yeah,
control? Do you
was
think it's targeting our people?
Joy Behar right?
In her comment,
Behar
yeah,
right in our comment.
yeah, she said gun control laws will come when more black people have guns, and I don't think she was wrong. So what do
I
y'all
don't
think?
think she was wrong.
Yeah,
I don't think she was wrong. And a
but
lot of people have talked about this, man, and we're pretty much in agreement.
yeah, definitely. So big shout out for that, and thank y'all so much for coming in and watching.
Mm-hmm.
Smash the
Mm-hmm.
thumbs up button. We got more videos coming today, so we will see y'all in a bit.
Yeah, family.
Thank y'all for tuning into Tea.
And
Tea.
ah,
And we out, y'all. Peace.
much love, family.